Airbnb. The advent of Airbnb is a godsend to most travelers who are both budget-conscious and seek short-term lodging. Before 2008, you had to research hotel and hostel prices to find comfortable and price-friendly lodging. Airbnb changed the rules of the game by providing opportunities to cut down the cost of lodging and even make extra money for you. Have you stayed in one before or dreamed of owning one? Airbnb provides equal opportunities for both locals and travelers alike. But how does Airbnb work? What is Airbnb and how does it work? Airbnb is an acronym for Air Bed and Breakfast. It's more than a platform, but a revolution in the hospitality industry. It serves as an online marketplace that connects locals to short-term travelers who are searching for accommodation in that locale. Airbnb can be a normal apartment, entire houses, or a houseboat in Amsterdam, or a converted school bus in France. Airbnb is presently operating in more than 100,000 cities and 220 countries worldwide. Airbnb is partly entrepreneurship, part meeting people, and sharing experience. Just like the automobile equivalents, Uber, Lyft, and Taxify, which share rides but do not own the car, Airbnb doesn't own any housing either. It takes advantage of the shared economy, which makes the most use of existing resources through people-to-people transactions. Are you planning to go for a holiday in Europe or for an internship in California? Airbnb can help find places for you to stay. It is also a great way to explore a town you are thinking about moving to. Airbnb is a great way to experience big cities, big holiday houses, and remote areas. However, if you desire to rent out extra space in your house, you can host through Airbnb and make more money for allowing a guest to stay the night. Here is what you need to know about Airbnb before you become a host. Origin of Airbnb. Airbnb was founded in 2008 by Joe Gebbia, Brian Chesky, and Nathan Blekowick. Gebbia and Chesky started with the idea of renting their place as a bed and breakfast for those who were unable to book a hotel. During the summer of 2008, they launched the site airbedandbreakfast.com as they saw a potential market for the idea during the Industrial Design Conference held by the Industrial Designers Society of America, where travelers had a hard time finding lodging in the city. Airbnb wasn't an instant success, as it experienced various setbacks. However, Paul Graham, a computer programmer and venture capitalist, invited the founders to join a program called Y Combinators, which provides startups with training and money for a percentage of their company. Air Bed and Breakfast became Airbnb in 2009, and that was the turning point for the company. How Airbnb works. Airbnb is an online peer-to-peer platform which connects hosts renting out spaces in their houses with guests who seek short-term lodging for more budget-friendly prices than a hotel. Airbnb is designed in such a way that it offers a variety of filters that help guests find the right listing, communicate with the host directly, and 3% commission from bookings, as well as 6 to 12% servicing fee from the guest, is what Airbnb gets for their service. How does Airbnb work for a host? If you have a space to rent, Airbnb has various hosting plans. You can rent a room, entire house, or you can host an experience in your area. To become a host, you must first create a free Airbnb account. Then click on Become a Host in the upper right corner of the page. After that, you need to create a listing for your space. A listing is more like a profile page for the space you desire to rent. Certain specifications like area, size, number of rooms, and other details are required on your listing, so you have to get this information readily available when listing. Just like a social media profile, the nicer your page looks, the more attraction it will draw. However, so you don't make a bad investment before you go ahead to list your space, check out the legality of listing a rental in your city or neighborhood, as some areas have various laws on renting. Thus, it is vital to check and ensure your listing on Airbnb is legal. You can also make an extra buck on Airbnb by hosting an experience. Airbnb Experience is activities designed and led by inspiring locals. They go beyond typical tours or classes by immersing guests in a host's unique world, says the Airbnb site. To host an experience, you have to review Airbnb's quality standard, which indicates requirements for experiences. After reviewing the quality standard, you can design your experience and submit it to Airbnb for approval. Once approved, you are ready to publish and host your experience. When it comes to the amount to charge on your listings, the pricing is determined by you. You will set the pricing per night, as well as additional fees, like a cleaning fee, extra guest fee, and so on. The only price determined by Airbnb is the 24/7 servicing fee, which provides service for both the guest and host. How to start Airbnb rental without owning one. When most people think of starting an Airbnb business, often finance is the issue. They usually assume they need a huge amount of capital to get started. They also assume they need to own a lot of property to make money. That's not true. You don't need to own a property before you can earn on Airbnb. There are various business options which you can exploit to make a lot of money on Airbnb. Stay with me as I unravel these options for you. 1. Become an Airbnb property manager. If you have a lot of time at your disposal, then you should try becoming a property manager. You don't need to own a property before you start making money as a property manager. You just help other people earn money on Airbnb by listing and managing their Airbnbs on the site for a percentage cut. A lot of people desire to be a host on Airbnb, but they lack the time to deal with it. This is where you, as a property manager, step in. Your responsibility as a property manager usually includes replying to the guest message, checking guests in, top-up amenities, and turning the property over after each booking. Property managers, most times, make around 10 to 20% of the revenue. What this means is you earn 10 to 20% of the booking amount for your efforts. For example, if a one-night booking costs $150, you will get $30. And if a week booking costs $1,050, you will earn $210. Doesn't this sound interesting? Taking advantage of being a property manager is an extremely risk-averse way to earn, as you don't need to own a property to get started. The great part is that you can leverage this strategy and run more than one Airbnb to make more money without risking investing in any real estate property. Number 2. Airbnb arbitrage. The word arbitrage is a financial term that means taking commodities from one marketplace and selling them for a profit in another. In context to Airbnb, it means an investor rents a property from a landlord, then lists it on Airbnb and collects the difference. For example, if an apartment costs $1,000 per month and you listed it on Airbnb for $3,000 per month, then you will be making $2,000 per month. Keeping the maintenance and labor costs, you will probably pocket $1,000 in this situation. Getting started in Airbnb arbitrage may not always be easy, as some landlords don't allow subletting. You need to be honest and open with your dealings with the landlord. Number 3. Renting a furnished house. This option of renting a furnished property could be your pot of gold if you want to run your Airbnb but lack the funds to do so. You can use the same strategy as Airbnb arbitrage on finished and serviced apartments. You help them get listed and take a cut. Depending on what part of the world you're in, you can even collaborate with hotels and list hotel rooms on Airbnb. A great advantage with listing furnished or serviced apartments is that they usually already come with the amenities you'll need to get started, so your startup cost is pretty low. Number 4. Airbnb experience. There are many innovative and creative ways to make money on Airbnb that don't require a huge amount of cash or owning a property. One of such creative ways is the Airbnb experience. Airbnb experience is a new thing in Airbnb that they've been pushing heavily. No matter what your interest is, you can use Airbnb to market them. An example of an experience could be a walking tour of your city, a guided hike to a valley, a cooking class in your kitchen, or teaching people how to make amazing coffee. The goal is to make your guests experience your city like a local, so you need to wow them. Number 5. Become an Airbnb affiliate. An affiliate program is where you get paid for referring customers to a company. Therefore, to be an Airbnb affiliate, you would advertise user listings to a potential guest, and if they get booked, you earn a percentage. Although becoming an affiliate of Airbnb is not for everyone, as you will need to have an existing website with over 1 million hits per month, it is still a very profitable way of earning on Airbnb rentals without owning a property. Now you know there are many ways to make money on Airbnb without actually owning a property. Therefore, it's time to take action. What method will you use? The first thing to understand when seeking to expand a portfolio to multiple properties is that money is king and gives you leverage and financial flexibility. So, what are the ways to expand your portfolio? Number 1. Build up cash via short-term rentals. Consider using any of the Airbnb business options I mentioned earlier to increase your income. These income-generating strategies create revenue without many expenses. It is very possible to make enough profit from Airbnb to pay your mortgage and start buying multiple properties. Number 2. Buy below market value. It is often said that you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. While this is hard to believe for most investors, it is true for those who buy below market value. Carry out your research. Look for properties that you can buy at a lower price. It takes a lot of research to find such properties, but if you do, you can have more equity which you can use to reinvest and buy multiple investment properties. Number 3. Be excellent at market research. Owning multiple properties doesn't just have to be in your local area. As a property investor, you want to invest in different areas and maybe in different states to diversify your property portfolio. It is crucial to understand how to analyze and research the property market effectively to avoid investing in the wrong property. Number 4. Create a positive cash flow system. Your investment property is set to generate positive cash flow when your rental income is greater than the sum of all your expenses. If all your properties are putting extra cash into your pockets, then you can afford to service these properties and expand your portfolio. By having positive cash flow properties, you can use the extra cash to fund the expenses that come with obtaining equity loans to buy multiple properties. Starting a business with Airbnb is one of the best models for people who have little to no experience in real estate or startup capital. Acting diligently on this information will make you a six-figure income in 12 to 18 months. With this, we come to the end of today's exposition on Airbnb. If you enjoyed watching this insightful video, be sure to leave a like and drop your views in the comment section. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on post notification, as we've got tons of interesting videos like this for your education and entertainment. Until next time, see you!